Hello, everyone. My name is Paul Third, and this week on Mixing Wednesdays, I have some exciting news for you. Well, it's exciting for me anyway. Now, would you believe this? I'm still shocked myself. Warren and his team at Produce Like a Pro got in touch with me quite a while back and discussed the possibility of me doing a joint podcast with another YouTuber, and that other YouTuber is Ed Thorne. Ed has been my YouTube pal, if we can call each other that, for well over a year, and he started his channel out before mine, and from a YouTube standards point of view, his videos are always on point. They look amazing, his B-roll's fantastic, and overall, as a presenter, I just think he comes across really, really well. And his interface videos are some of the most successful on YouTube. That's really where most of Ed's success lies, is in his interface videos, because he goes into so much detail and his presentation to me is just absolutely bang on. Now, this isn't just a video saying, by the way, I have a podcast coming out and I want all you guys to listen to it. I kind of want to give you guys the reasons as to why I decided to start up a podcast. I've been asked many times to do a podcast, like to do it on my own, to do it with other people, but I felt that this was the right time and the best opportunity. For me, what a podcast does is it allows me to share things that are on my mind that I don't necessarily think would be a good fit for YouTube. See, the thing is with YouTube is that you've got to be very selective of your content. So all the stuff that I do now on YouTube is kind of content that I know is going to be clicked, it's going to be watched, it's going to be shared. Because in the end, I've got to value my time. I still have a Monday to Friday job, 40 hours a week, weekends off. So I'm working all the time and I still do all of this YouTube stuff in my own time. And honestly, I think a lot of you guys underestimate the amount of time that I don't have. Like, I work really, 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 really hard so I can hopefully long-term become a mixing engineer. And I think that's what I want you guys to remember, is that the reason that I do this channel, the reason that I do everything I do, is because I want to grow an audience, I want to network. And to be honest, I'm going into this not really knowing how it's going to pan out. I don't know what kind of guests that we're going to get, but we have been very, very upfront with Warren that we do want to utilise all of his network and all of his contacts as much as possible. The more contact I have with working engineers, the more contact I have with pro engineers, the better it is for me personally, because I'm going to learn from these people and hopefully it can open doors in the future. You don't understand how patient my family is and how much faith that they put on me, that I was going to do whatever I could do to make up the loss in salary that I lost from stepping down from store management. I took quite a big pay cut to do the job that I'm doing now. And you'll be kind of wondering, Paul, what the fuck has this got to do with the podcast? I'm just kind of trying to be real with you that this podcast is going to allow me to share more of the things that are up here that I can't really share on YouTube because I'm not a full-time YouTuber. I don't get many sponsored videos because my tongue is like a silver bullet. Nobody wants to pay for somebody that's potentially going to fucking shoot them back in the face. So the only money I kind of make is from AdSense, and AdSense is pish. It's terrible. I think off Patreon I make £33 a month. And on the memberships, I think I make 45 quid or something like that. I'm being very honest with you. Outside YouTube, I probably make 75 quid a month. And honestly, see that 75 quid a month? That is the kind of things that help me to keep on doing what I'm doing. For me personally, as a father and a husband, my job is to support them, and I've got to put food on the table, and I've got to make sure that I'm delivering the goods constantly. Say again, if I'm right, okay, I want to speak about this, that, and that. And I kind of know it's not going to do well on YouTube, but I do it anyway. What I've essentially done is I've essentially taken, in my opinion, food out of my kid's mouth. Especially, we all know the way it's going just now, especially in the UK, it's shit. Petrol prices have went up, food prices have went up, fucking energy prices, my God. Everything is so unbelievably expensive. So expensive. So for me, I've got to ensure that every penny is a prisoner, and I make sure that I make a living for my family. I don't give a shit what anybody else says on YouTube. I don't give a shit about people saying clickbait. I don't give a shit about anything. Really, honestly, I Genuinely don't give a shit. Ed is very, very happy, and we've agreed that he's going to be good cop and I'm going to be bad cop. That's just the way Ed is. Ed's like, no, I'll be good cop, you be bad cop. And in a sense, Ed is going to be kind of the person that sits on the opposite end. So when I've got an opinion on something, he'll try and see it from the other end of the spectrum, which I think is really, really beneficial, because sometimes, like, what I'm like, I'm very literal, and that's what I see and that's what I go for, and I say it how I see it. And don't get me wrong, like, there's a lot of stuff me and Ed agree on, but I think it's very beneficial for people who are starting out to have different sides of an argument, but in a very constructive platform. Like, there's no arguing. Me and Ed don't argue or get angry with each other. We just kind of talk. I want to know more. I want to ask questions that are more based around, like, the psychology of mixing, things that we don't think about, things that you can take and kind of bring your mixes forward. Like, me and Ed are kind of in the same place in regards to our mixing, where we are still figuring out what pro is. We're still figuring out how to be pro. Like, Ed has his own live sound business, and he's like a pro at that. But in the mixing side of it, he's like me. He's like, right, okay, I want to get better at the craft. I want to make more money out of mixing. I want to get more clients. And we're both on a journey, and I want to take all of you guys on that journey as well, without the whole same old boring shit. I just think, honestly, I got bored of audio stuff so much. I got bored of the same interviews. I don't think there's humour in there. We want to bring humour, right? I'm going to do a few accents, and I'm going to, like, if I get the chance, I'm going to wind guys up. Like, I want to wind pro engineers up. I want to have a laugh with them. I don't think we have a laugh enough in audio. I think audio could be very serious and very stale. It doesn't need to be that way. We can have a laugh. We can learn and have a laugh and wind people up, regardless how much of a pedestal we put them on. They're still people, and I have no issues and, like, slagging people off and having a laugh with them, and, like, them slagging me, and just overall just right. I'm waffling. Right, the podcast. We've done 2 episodes already. I've edited the first one and sent it to the Produce Like a Pro team. I think we've just got to do a photo and stuff. I think it might be weekends. I don't know. We're still kind of trying to see what date it's going to kind of come on, but I think it might be uploaded on weekends. I think it might be fortnightly. We're still ironing stuff out. If you do want to ensure that I keep doing what I'm doing and you like what I'm doing, please consider joining the channel, right? It's, what is it, £2-3 a month or whatever. You've got the Patreon side. There's also, like, Thorne links as well. So if you buy something off Thorne, I'll get a bit of a kickback and it helps support the channel. But I do feel shit because there's a lot of people that are in way worse situations than me. Know what? Fuck it, right? Don't become a Patreon member. Don't become a channel member. Just fucking donate money. Like, donate stuff to food banks and, like, help people out, help your neighbours out. Yeah, if people are struggling, help them. Don't give money to me, give money to people who need it. I'm getting by as good as I can. I'm getting by. That's the main thing. There's people that aren't getting by. Yeah, so don't help me out, help them out, right? Just done myself out of money. Shit. Right, either way, right. There you go, guys. That's me for this week. Listen to the podcast when you've got time, and I'll see you next week.